So with that, I'm going to sort of turn it over to our panelists and throw out the question, you know, what can parents do during pregnancy or prior to pregnancy for peace of mind, knowing that they're doing everything they can to, you know, ensure as best they can the optimal health of their babies. And I think I'll throw that question first out to Chris, and then we'll go from there.
Well, obviously a paleo or primal Weston A. Price type of diet is a fantastic starting place. In addition to that, there are some specific nutrients that parents or people who are trying to get pregnant should be aware of. Folate, the active form of folate, of course, is one of them, which is not the same as folic acid. How many of you here are aware of that difference between folate and folic acid? So folic acid is the synthetic form of folate. It's not really found in any foods in nature, and it's processed in the body differently and isn't handled in the same way. And when it's unmetabolized, it can cause some problems. So you want to make sure to get additional folate in your diet, and that can come from liver, like particularly chicken liver is a really high source of folates, and dark leafy greens. But it's pretty hard to get enough folate unless you're eating those foods, so I generally recommend supplementing with a little bit of additional folate. It's probably also a good idea for a woman who's trying to get pregnant or you know, just when they get pregnant to get a basic blood panel and check for iron and B12, magnesium, vitamin D levels, some of the more important micronutrients that are all really essential to supporting a healthy pregnancy and a healthy birth. And it's pretty common to see vitamin D deficiency in pregnant women, and particularly as they progress to the third trimester, the rapidly growing fetal skeleton consumes a lot of the maternal vitamin D, so you'll see vitamin D levels drop late in pregnancy, so that's another good time to check. But overall, I would say if you're following a pretty healthy primal paleo type of diet and you're paying attention to these micronutrients that I've just been talking about, that's enough, and it's been enough for a really long time. And you know, this isn't we're talking mostly about food today, but I actually think that stress management and having fun, enjoying your life, doing something to to manage the stress that you have in your life is really important during pregnancy, and it's one of the things that I see in my patient population that's not done enough. Pregnancy can be a stressful time. Getting pregnant, especially if you're having problems getting pregnant, can be really stressful, and stress can affect the body in a number of negative ways. So even though this is ostensibly a panel about nutrition, I think that stress management is really crucial, and not worrying too much about what you're doing once you're doing the right things.
So you mentioned the Weston Price diet as being sort of a good template, and then you also mentioned paleo, but paleo is not necessarily as well defined as Weston Price. So how about like would a low carb paleo approach be okay during pregnancy?
Well, the key differences between